Yogi Chugh, part of Sony Computer Entertainment America's senior management, rose through the IAFPE ranks to successfully hold the post of national president. A grassroots political activist, he has been involved in local democratic politics. He serves on the Alameda County Democratic Central Committee and is the chair of the Tri-City Democratic Forum, which has allowed him to work on various political initiatives and campaigns. He also serves as a planning commissioner, City of Fremont, and a board member of the Fremont Education Foundation. Recently, he was honored with the Comcast and the international channel's Vision in America Awards for community service. Welcome, Yogi.
Pleasure to be here on the show. Thank you.
It's great to have you. So you've been so involved. Tell us, how did the recent midterm campaign results mean? What did it mean for us?
The midterm elections were absolutely phenomenal in the sense that I believe that the Indo-American community has really come of age, where we are now being able to see the transformation of a political process. We are looking at such a number of Indian Americans who are now getting elected into higher positions. As you know, for a long time, we only had 7. This election was phenomenal in one sense. We lost a few, but we won a few big ones. As you know, I'm a Democrat, but at the same time, I think we should be proud of the fact that South Carolina elected a Republican governor.
I know you were too excited about it, right?
Well,
I mean, it's a victory for us.
Well, I'm a Democrat, but I'm an Indian American first. But along that line, you look back at some of the wins that we've had locally. Congressman Hanson Clark now, he won from Michigan. He's of Bangla descent, but he's an Indian American. We won a congressional seat. Kamala Harris, what a great success she's having with the electoral gains that we've seen in this ballot. And then look at City Council in Fremont, Anu Natarajan.
But what do you think, Yogi, this growing influence that the Indian American community has, how is that going to actually affect each individual in the community?
Well, I think that what really has happened is I think people have gotten this greater awareness now that our lives are intertwined in so many ways in politics. I want to just share a couple of basic examples. People come back and say that politics does not impact me. The property taxes that you pay on your home, what your children learn in schools, is all a direct result of the elected officials that are making decisions. I think that as the Indian American community has now gone through these phases, when the first came in the immigrants, it was survival. Then it became sustenance. And then came along with a certain amount of success. And now as we live in America, and this has become our home, we begin to recognize that we have to have a say in the people that govern us.
Now, when you talk about the phenomenal win that the Indian American has had, what are some of the good and the bad things they did?
Well, the good things are when you win, you run a good campaign. You successfully build coalitions. You've been able to convince people that you are the best choice for that office. I believe that the candidates that run the best campaigns are the ones that are never afraid to run away from the fact that they're Indian Americans. But when they come back and run a campaign, they're coming back and saying, I am the best candidate. I just happen to be Indian American. In the city of Fremont, Anu came first. A lot of hard work. But it didn't simply come back by the support of the Indian American community. But I do believe that the Indian American community did help get her the votes that she needed.
Now, you talk about meritocracy a lot, and it's your favorite subject. Tell us, what does that really mean?
You know, government has finally become a meritocracy because as you look at the evolution of the migration dream of our immigrants, Indian American community, the first generation had a love of India, and it was just a few issues that they focused on. And God bless them for that. They led the fight. They helped get the legitimacy of the sense that we're an engaged community that matters. They fought the good fights. The second generation comes back and leverages the goodness of those struggles, but it comes along with their own capabilities. They're bright, they're articulate, they understand the value of relationships, they understand the value of handshakes, and they begin to understand that government now finally is attracting our best and our brightest. If you look at the people that are getting involved in government today, these are some of the people that have graduated from law school, they've finished medicine, they've come and done social work, they're in the arts, they're in the fine arts and all that kind of stuff. But meritocracy finally means that government and public service has become something to be absolutely considered a good career. If you look at Washington, D.C. right now, and you look at the generation of Indian Americans that are involved, you come back and say, wow, Chief Information Officer for the President, Vivek Kundra, the Chief Technology Officer, our Deputy Assistant Secretary of Commerce, Ro Khanna. I look at Gautam Raghavan. I look at Parag Shah, Preeta Bansal, Sonal Shah, Toby Chaudhary, Varun Nukor. And you look back at people in the Indian American Leadership Initiative and Sanjay Puri. These are individuals that can hold their ground against the best and the brightest. Today,
wow, I feel
government
so proud.
is awesome, and we should be so proud of the fact that the next 10 years, I believe the Indian American community is going to come back and have a pivotal role to play. And you know what? On the other hand, when President Obama visits India and pays a premium on that visit, as Indian Americans in this country, I believe that our ability to continue to work in the community just gets strengthened because we belong to a nation that has given us the ability to stand tall. Our hard work, our humility, and our ability to come back and say,
can we make you our spokesperson for the show?
You know,
I mean, you're so convincing. I'm already convinced over here. Our viewers are, I'm sure, equally convinced. You are the spokesman for Women Now. Can that happen?
You know, I am your biggest supporter, and I'll tell you why I say that, and I know that the segment. I believe that you have come back and said, we're going to do what is right, and to come back and stand for what we believe many women are doing successfully. And I come back to the note of politics. You have brought some people to the show that I think are absolutely strong, brilliant women. And some of them, I think, have a great political career ahead of them. They may not want to admit it. But coming back to your show, you have done something which I believe is phenomenal. The time is ripe, and success will come to you because two things. You did this because you believe in it. Secondly, you do this every single week. And third, I think your show has the potential to galvanize and bring the community together and increase the level of debate about issues that are seldom discussed.
You are very inspiring, Yogi. What would your message be to our viewers on a larger scale?
Well, keep on watching Women Now for sure. But politically, I think we need to be looking at this as it is important. Our lives as living in this country now depends upon us to come back and say we have to make this the best country possible.
People, you heard it from him. Get involved. It's all about meritocracy. Share your talents, your strengths with the community and watch it grow stronger.